Hello again, everyone. I've got another of the dies that I bought last weekend in Kenilworth, and this is a little Santa, and he's just sort of leaning forwards, you know, with his chin on his hands. I've cut him out twice, and I thought that I would try and put him on the back of this reindeer, kind of like that. Oh, it's silly, isn't it? Oh, goodness me. Anyway, I've got a couple of these. There's two stacked there, two deer, one on top of the other, just to give a bit more dimension, really. And I thought I would cut this one and have the front part of him just slightly proud of the back so that he's, you know, again, got a bit more dimension. And what am I thinking? I'm thinking I'll just colour the back bit of him. Let me get a bit of mylar to work on. There's a bit here by the look of it. Here we go. I bought this mylar to use for stencils, but it is really quite thick stuff. And, you know, a lot of the time dies don't cut through it, or my die cutting machine has a bit of a problem, so I'm using it for all sorts of different reasons, really. For like a palette, I use it on my die cutting machine to just try and protect the top plate a little bit from getting too much in the way of impressions. So I've got a couple of reds. Let's just do the back end of him first of all. So doesn't matter if I go onto the front part, because I'm going to cut the front part off there and stick it over the top, so we can just be a little bit more free with the old marker, really. That's just a little bit of shadow in there. I'll come around this bit. Just using my Nouveau markers today for a change. And the reason I thought I would is that these have bullet tips, which don't flex at all. So I'm thinking that I might be able to do the tiny bits within part of this design rather more easily than with the bendy brush tips of the Ohuhu. So we'll just see. I think I'll give him a little black boot on the end of there. Let's put that on there. Let's go up to there. Okay, he's got a little black boot. Okay, now I think the rest is going to be the front. So he's going to be the back layer. This is going to be the front layer. So I will be cutting, I think I'll be cutting off the bit that I've coloured there on here. So let's just do this. I've got some sort of flesh kind of colour for his face. Got quite a ruddy complexion here. He's quite dark. He obviously been out in the sun with the snow reflecting on his face. So let's do the same two reds for, I've got fresh watermelon and black cherry in the Nouveau marker. So let's just do around this bit of his arm, underneath this bit of his arm, round, let's do around there, a little bit in here. Okay, let's put the other red on. It's very small, this one. Got to be careful of his beard. That bit is his hand, so that can be black. Doesn't matter if I go over there. I'm going to cut that off. This can go round here, up through there. Just try and join this up and blend the two together. Okie doke. I'm not sure what that bit is. Is that his ear? That might be his ear. Let's put an ear on there. This little bit here. I think that's his ear. Right. what to do his hands. I'm going to give his gloves black gloves, gives his hands black gloves. There we go. Now I'm going to cut the back part off and stick it onto here. Let's see how we go with this. It should be just little bits to snip through. One there. One there. One there. Just one more little piece holding, I think that's in here. A bit more. There we go. Now that is going to be stuck on top of there. That's good. Okay, let me just put a bit of glue on this. I'll put it on the back of this one, I think. Okay. And there he is. Our little Santa. There we are. Now let's colour the deer, the reindeer. I'm not quite sure what sort of colour to do this. I did have a look on the internet to see what colour deer were, and they vary enormously, and I'm going to try and do a little bit of a lighter colour as well. So if I go all over with this first and then see how we go with the other. There were some that were really quite, oh look, do you see that? A bit of, put my finger in the red, put my finger on this, and the colour's transferred. There it is. Let me just get some alcohol on that to get rid of it. What not to do. Okay. See a bit pink there. Okay. Right, now let's put some of the brown. This one I was thinking. Coconut shell, this one. Let's just see how we go on with this. Let's go back to the other one. Don't care much for this. This being paler is pulling the colour out of the deeper one. Let's try altogether darker. Don't like this. Let's try the darker one. This is vintage walnut. Okay, let's try this chap. I think we might have to just do the two darker colours. I'll keep his tail nice, I think. Let's add some of the warmth to this one. There we go. He's okay. I think I'll need to give him an eye. Let's do this for... Yeah, let's do this for the antlers. It's slightly lighter. Okay. Let's see what Santa looks like on there. Let's get a pen for his eye. I'm just thinking I may do, I was just going to do a dot there, but if I do a white dot first, and I'll wait for that to dry, and then I can put a black dot on that. This is just a jelly roll. Okay, let's leave that for the minute, put them on one side, and let's sort out the background. I've got a tree. I did think I might stack these together and just colour a tree. I've got a background here. I think with this one, I've got this sort of wavy die, and I just cut a piece of card with it. And what I thought I would do is just kind of make a bit of a hillside like that, so that the deer can go in here like this, or maybe even peeping off the side, and a tree popping over the top like that maybe. But what I'd like to do is just emboss this with my snowy embossing folder, just to give it a bit of texture. So let's take that out. Not sure what the sandwich is for this one. Let's just see. Is this it? Feels like it might be. Yep, that feels right. Okay. So there's my snow. This is a Sheena Douglass embossing folder, long since retired, but there are others available that you can find on the internet. Right. I think we'll have it. Which side? That side, I think. So let me stick this on, and then we'll cut off the excess. Okay. And I did think we'd have another one as a frame for it behind. So we'll just have a look at that in a moment. So there's the hillside. Just need a moment for that to stick. You often see from the back whether it's aligned or not. So let's just chop off this excess. There we go. Just recently, the my affiliation with Craft Stash, the way it's been organised has changed. So I've been trying to alter some of my posts in the description, where I've got links to various companies that have offered me affiliations. And so I'd be interested to see if this new one works. So if anybody does pop to Craft Stash to try and order anything, if you could go via this link, it would be very interesting to me to see if it is actually operational. So that would be, you know, a great help to me. The link is in the description below the video. It just says, I think it says Craft Stash UK. I think the one for the US is still working. I'm not sure, but I think that one still is working. But time will tell. Anyway, I've got another square here, which I thought I would mount that onto. So I'll cut one of those out. Let's get, whoops-a-daisy. Just cut one of these. Right. So that is going to be the mount for this, just to make it look a little bit more kind of finished. I've got a square card here. I think this is a smaller one than this is a 5-inch, I think. So let's just see if he goes on there like that. If he goes, I have to put a bit of foam tape behind him just to keep him up, and then stick this like that maybe. There is another one in this set, a smaller one. I could put a couple on, but I just didn't know whether it might detract from the Santa. I think that's eyes dry now. I can do this. Okay. What do we think? Let me join this to this, and then it's really quite a quick card, actually. Not a lot of fuss. Let's stick him on, and then we'll put a bit of foam tape behind. We just have a little bit of glue kind of here. Just needs to have his elbow on, really. There's a tiny bit of glue there which we'll get off. Okay. Now put a piece of foam tape just behind that bit. Behind there. And as that's two thicknesses, it kind of works fairly well. So that can be stuck onto here. It's just a question of, do I put on the tree or do I just leave him like that with the sentiment? I think we might just have a little ho-ho-ho there. Actually, I think that might work. Let's put this onto here. I think the tree might be a bit much. Yes, I think what I will do is, I'll see if I've got a little ho-ho-ho that could go there. If not, I'll just use some tiny alphabet letters and cut those out. So I will be right back. Well, I looked through my dies and I couldn't find a ho-ho-ho that was small enough. So I've just got a couple of individual letters, and I proposed cutting them out of this piece of gold. I have got a little bit of double-sided sheet here, which I think I'll pop onto various places behind here just to make the cutting out a bit easier. So there's enough for a hoe there, and there's probably enough for two here, says she, hopefully. So if I cut two bits here, and we put one just there, and t'other one, let's just get a pokey tool. I should have started to pull this off before I cut it. Okay, so here's another one. I'm just hoping I can fit the ho-hos on these. Let's just see. Another one there. Okay, I'll just cut these out and then we'll go forth. Right. I don't know the make of this set of dies. I've had dies, you know, for so long. Sometimes if you don't use them, you just forget where they're from. So I honestly don't know, but there are so many around that you can find. Well, I think it doesn't need the tree. I hope you agree. I don't think it needs the tree at all. So I'll just stick this lot down. So let's put a bit of, I think we'll put, should we put a bit of foam tape under there? Yes, let's do that. A little bit of foam tape under there. There. Now we'll stick this on. Okay. Take off this backing. There we are. Yes, let's put that on there. Now we'll take the backing off these. Might be a bit tricky. I think I'll do the O's first because I can place that in the corner and then put the H appropriately next to it. If I do the H first, I might not get the corner piece in quite where I want it. So let's do it this way round. So let's do, I like to get the distance between the top and the side kind of compatible. So let's do the next one. double-sided tape or sheet, as this one is really useful when it comes to gold, because you don't have the risk then of getting glue on the front, although there is the option of removing it with a little bit of essential oil, which you may have seen me use in previous videos. So here's the OOO, and then we'll put the H in the middle in a moment. Okay, I think these are the same one both ways up, so I hope it's okay. Ho. Ho. Hope there's going to be room for the H by his tail. We'll see. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. What a bit of luck. Okay, there's another one. Gummiapan to the fore. It's a cute little Santa. I was wondering what I could put him onto. I was thinking about perhaps a sofa onto the arm of a chair, or over the back of a sofa, lying along the back of a sofa. But I think he does quite well on the back of this reindeer, don't you? So there we go, another card. One less to make for Christmas. Have a lovely day. Come back and see me very soon.